to rest. Orang Asli recover trust monies. I'm Sohaila Saifuddin with Cuppa News. What was supposed to be a surprise birthday party for RMAF pilot Major C. Kayambu turned into a funeral procession instead after he died in an aircraft crash during a training exercise in Penang. Over 300 people paid their final respects to Kayambu, who leaves behind wife S. Usha and 4 children, the youngest aged 2. At his family house in Taman Sri Nibong, gifts and cards meant for his 45th birthday were placed on his casket. Full military honours were granted by RMAF. A jalo gemilang used to drape his casket was handed over to his parents and a final rite was performed before Kayambu was laid to rest. The army pilot was killed while 3 others were injured when the Beechcraft B-200T aircraft they were in crashed inside the Butterworth Air Base Wednesday evening. Defence Minister Datuk Sri Hishamuddin Hussein announced that the remaining Beechcraft would be grounded indefinitely as a precaution measure. Newly appointed RMAF Chief Datuk Sri General Afandi Buang has been appointed to lead the investigation into the crash. Jolo's former banker was slapped with a 30-month jail sentence for tampering with key witnesses in a money laundering probe involving 1MDB funds. Yo Jiawei's lawyer says his client is seriously considering appealing against his conviction and sentencing. For each of the 4 charges of tampering with witnesses, Yo could have been jailed up to 7 years and fined. The 33-year-old Singaporean faces another 7 charges involving cheating, money laundering and forgery, which will be dealt with next year. During the 12-day trial, a prosecution witness told the court that Yo left his job at BSI in 2014 to work with Joe Low, and they conducted business in a secretive way. In the 15 months after he left the bank, he allegedly amassed 24 million Singapore dollars from his continued involvement in the money laundering operation. 2 former BSI staff, Yvonne Siah and Yak Yu Chi, have already been convicted and sentenced on charges stemming from the money laundering investigation linked to 1MDB. Meanwhile, Second Finance Minister Datuk Johari Abdul Ghani lauded Yo's conviction.
Very good. They have taken action very good. Because we want to make sure that all banks that facilitate this, then they will take the action. That's it. So I think, and as far as Malaysia is concerned, we're going through that process.
Johari was also asked to elaborate on his recent comment to Bloomberg that Malaysia would run off 1MDB.
Run off means we are not going to do any business in 1MDB. That's what run off. They become self-company.
In the Bloomberg article published on Wednesday, Johari said, quote, "We are going to run off 1MDB. There are no more activities in 1MDB," unquote. He added that the country needs to learn lessons from the episode and recover. The second finance minister was also asked to comment on PKR Vice President Rafizi Ramli's insistence that the cost for the MRT project has ballooned.
Dia tak kerti kira. Dia sebenarnya tak kerti kira. Orang cakap 21 bilion daripada Sungai Buloh ke Kajang. Dia kira daripada Sungai Buloh daripada Sungai Buloh ke Semantan. Mana? 21 bilion. Adalah daripada Sungai Buloh ke Kajang. So dia buat calculation.
Rafizi responded at a press conference later, saying he would not have made miscalculations if Johari and Finance Minister Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak had provided sufficient documents to explain the country's financial transactions.
Semua angka-angka ini tidak boleh disebut sebarangan oleh Menteri Kewangan 2 ataupun Datuk Seri Najib, seolah-olah ini beli goreng pisang. Sebab itu saya minta supaya satu kertas putih. We need a white paper to be tabled to Parliament in the next sitting dalam bulan Mac, supaya kita boleh dapat tahu berapa sebenarnya jumlah hutang tambahan dan jumlah hutang yang akan diambil oleh kerana projek-projek mega yang dibuat oleh Datuk Seri Najib, baik TRX, baik Bandar Malaysia, baik MRT, baik kereta api laju ke Singapura, dan yang terbaru ialah kereta api ke Pantai Timur. Kerana saya khawatir dia akan mencecah 200 ke 300 bilion ringgit, dan saya tak tahu siapa yang akan bayar.
He added that it would be unfair to the people if the mega infrastructure projects resulted in cuts in health and education funding. A group of orang Asli wept with joy after the Johor Bahru High Court awarded 37 million ringgit in damages, among others, in their suit against their former lawyers for misappropriating funds belonging to them and the Lingui Valley Orang Asli Trust. The whole case proceedings had been held at the Johor Bahru High Court, but the decision was delivered at the Ipoh High Court following Justice Datuk Shamsuddin Hassan's transfer. In his judgment, Justice Shamsuddin found that the defendants, S. Kanawagi, his son Dinesh Kanawagi, Batin Adong bin Kuau, Batin Daud bin Kadir, and the law firm Kana & Co. liable for misusing, mismanaging and misappropriating money as compensation paid by the Johor state government to the Orang Asli for land acquired for the construction of the Lingyu Dam. The judge ruled that the defendants had misused, mismanaged and misappropriated monies totaling 20.7 million ringgit. This includes buying 27 apartments under Kanawagi's name in Kuala Lumpur. The rental derived from the apartments was then used to purchase another 30 apartments under Dinesh's name. In making the ruling, Shamsuddin said all 57 apartment units must also be handed back to the trust. In a separate development, the Cabinet has decided to extend a moratorium on bauxite mining activities by 3 months starting on December 31st to allow remaining stockpiles of the aluminium-making commodity to be cleared. According to Natural Resources and Environment Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar, about 2.95 million tonnes of stockpiles remain around Kuantan.
Sebab bila saya terbang kat udara tu, melihat semua tempat-tempat pelumbungan tu, saya nampak masih ada lumbung-lumbung macam dia punya apa nama ni, lori tak ada bergerak, mesin tak ada bergerak, semua tak bergerak. Tak ada pun dekat situ pun tak ada. Tetapi saya masih nampak dia punya heap longgokan ni. Longgokan bauxite masih ada di tapak tu. Itu menunjukkan bahawa saya kata ada kemungkinan aktiviti itu masih ada berlaku.
He added that any mining firms operating illegally might be granted permission to extract bauxite in the future if they applied for proper permits from the state government. No good deed goes unpunished. A PKR wanita member who wanted to deliver water to Red Shirt's leader, Datuk Seri Jamal Yunos, was pelted with eggs, flour and paint instead. Sharul Emma, better known as Ratu Naga, had announced on her Facebook page that she would be delivering water and personal hygiene products to Jamal following his towel-clad protest at the Selangor State Secretariat building on Wednesday. She said around 30 of Jamal's supporters were waiting for her outside the UMNO leader's house in Ampang when she arrived with her supplies. As she spoke to Jamal, one of them threw water mixed with paint before the rest started bombarding her with eggs and flour. The Red Shirts leader, however, defended their action and accused Ratu Naga for making fun of the water disruption.
Apa yang saya lakukan ini bukanlah untuk saya semata-mata, tetapi untuk masyarakat di seluruh negeri Selangor, terutamanya di Ampang ini, di kawasan ini. Boleh datang ke sini, tanya dengan jiran-jiran kita. Memang sudah hari yang kelima tidak ada air di sini. Jadi saya menasihatkan mereka, geng-geng PKR, geng-geng ini, jangan nak buat politik, bermain politik semata-mata. Jangan nak jadikan lawak jenaka apa yang berlaku ini. Ini adalah satu kebenaran. Jadi mereka datang kemari dengan tak bawa air, kata nak bawa air trailer, sebab itulah dia dimandikan hari ini.
Ratu Naga said she would be lodging a police report over the incident. In another development, Sabak Bernam District Council or MDSB demolished a resort owned by Jamal in Secondshan after the area was seized for 4 hours. In a notice, MDSB stated that the action was taken because the Sekin Fisherman Village and Resort was operating without the council's approval. Jamal questioned MDSB's swift action to demolish his resort and claimed that it was a retaliation to his bold criticism against the state government over the water disruption issue. The Red Shirts leader added that he had been applying for a license to operate for the past 5 years but failed to obtain approval. 2 Muslim American YouTube stars claim they were removed from a Delta Airlines flight in London on Wednesday for speaking Arabic.
This is 2016. 2016. Look, Delta Airlines are kicking us out because we spoke a different language. Thank you so much. You guys are racist. I cannot believe my eyes. I cannot believe it. I spoke a word, a different language, and you said you feel uncomfortable?
The news was met on social media with anger at the airline industry, but also skepticism as the duo were known for filming elaborate hoaxes. In a statement on the incident, Delta said the 2 men were removed from the flight after a disturbance in the cabin resulted in more than 20 passengers expressing their discomfort. A police officer in Kenya leapt into a dam to rescue an abandoned toddler who had been hurled into the waters by his mother. It was reported that Officer Ruth Chiptun swam 150 meters to reach Brandon Gitahi after hearing his desperate cries for help. The boy is said to have survived the ordeal after the jacket he was wearing kept him afloat. His mother has since been tracked down and remanded. A 7-year-old Syrian girl who drew global attention with her Twitter updates from Aleppo met Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan at his palace in Ankara on Wednesday. Bana Alebet and her mother Fatima were evacuated to safety along with 25,000 other people from the rebel-held eastern part of Aleppo this week.
I would like to thank you for supporting the children of Aleppo and help us to get out from war.
Bana has uploaded pictures and videos of life during the nearly 6-year-old Syrian war, gaining around 352,000 followers since September. A Russian fisherman who works on a deep-sea trawler in the port city of Murmansk has taken to posting his work discoveries on Twitter. From 8-legged arthropods to fish with dagger-like teeth, they are slightly terrifying. Roman Fedorstov has become an online hit with nearly 69,000 followers. Along with this Twitter account, Fedorstov has also shared stunning images of his remarkable catches on Instagram and Flickr. I think I'll never enter the ocean ever again. And that's all we have for today. Good night.